All right, let's dive straight in. Getting noticed on Instagram these days, it's tough. Over a billion users, right? Feels like shouting into the void sometimes.
It really does. Standing out is a huge challenge.
But what if you could sort of curate your absolute best moments, the stuff that really shows who you are or what your brand's about, and put it right up front?
Well, that's exactly what Instagram highlights let you do. They're this incredibly powerful tool.
Exactly. That's what we're unpacking today. And hey, if you're looking to give your whole social media game a lift, not just Instagram, you might want to check out rapidboost.net. They offer services to boost visibility.
Good tip.
But yeah, today we're zeroing in on highlights, how to use them creatively, show off your best work, get people more engaged, and, actually make an impression that lasts.
Think of it as your fast track to really understanding this feature.
hmm
Because they've evolved, haven't they? From just being saved stories to becoming like prime real estate on your profile.
Totally. When someone new visits your page, those highlights, they're often the very first thing they click on.
It's that initial visual handshake, a
Yeah.
quick, curated story about you.
Right, like mini portfolios sitting right there under your bio. And we
Yeah.
all know about first impressions online.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Vanishingly short attention spans.
Seriously, they say you've got, what, like 7 seconds to grab someone?
About that.
So well-crafted highlights are key. They tell people super quickly, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is the value I bring, all at a glance.
And think about how you use Instagram. You land on a new profile, it looks interesting.
hmm
What do you do?
Yeah, I probably tap on those little circles first, the highlights,
Mhm.
before I scroll way down the grid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want that immediate, organized info.
Mm.
It satisfies that first hit of curiosity much faster than scrolling. Highlights take those stories that disappear in 24 hours and turn them into, well, lasting parts of your brand's story.
A living archive almost.
Pres-
Okay, so the big question then is, what kind of content works best in these highlights? Let's start with the obvious for many businesses or creators, showing what you actually sell or do.
Right. Instead of just relying on the main feed, which gets chronologically messy, highlights let you create these visual lookbooks or catalogs.
So you could group things like featured products, bestsellers, new stuff.
Absolutely. Imagine you're, say, an online shop, a new arrivals highlight with great photos, maybe short video demos.
Yeah.
That's a way more compelling for someone browsing than trying to find those specific product posts buried in your feed.
Okay, yeah, like that skincare brand example. Instead of random posts, they could have highlights like serums, cleansers, maybe bundles,
And inside each one, you'd find maybe application tips, customer results, that kind of thing.
before and afters are powerful there.
Hugely.
Hmm.
And it's not just for products. Service businesses can really shine here too.
How so?
Think about a personal trainer. A client wins highlight with transformation photos and short testimonials. That visually demonstrates their value instantly.
Or a designer showing off different projects in a portfolio highlight.
Exactly. We saw some data suggesting a trainer actually got a 60% jump in DMs after putting up highlights like client wins and maybe workout ideas. It's that immediate proof.
Okay, so that covers the what, but what about the who? Building that connection, pulling back the curtain a bit.
Ah, the behind-the-scenes stuff, yes. This is crucial for authenticity.
People connect with people, right? Not just logos.
Totally. A day in the life highlight gives a peek into your actual process or your team culture or just the everyday grind. It humanizes the brand.
Makes it feel more relatable. Less polished, maybe.
Sometimes, yeah. That unpolished, genuine content often gets higher engagement. We see that a lot. Builds a stronger community feel.
Like a local coffee shop showing them roasting beans, or the bakers prepping pastries early in the morning, or just the team having a laugh.
It creates warmth. Much more than just a picture of a finished latte.
And for events, like a launch or a workshop.
Event recaps are perfect for that. Capture the key moments, the energy, share it with people who missed out, or let attendees relive it. Preserves that buzz.
Okay, so we've shown what we do, shown a bit of who we are. What about building trust? Using what other people say.
Social proof. Yes, absolutely essential.
So a highlight for testimonials, customer love or something.
Exactly. Gather those glowing reviews, screenshots of nice DMs, and especially user-generated content UGC. When people tag you, showing off your product or loving your service, goldmine.
Like a fashion brand creating a styled by you highlight, featuring customers wearing their clothes.
Perfect example. It's visually engaging and it's incredibly persuasive.
Yeah.
You mentioned Nielsen earlier, that stat about people trusting UGC almost as much as personal recommendations. It's powerful stuff.
Wow, 88%, that's huge.
It really is. Seeing real people use and love something builds immense trust.
And what about press, if you've been featured somewhere?
Definitely create a media mentions, or as seen in highlight. Slap those logos in there, maybe a snippet of the article or a clip from an interview. Instant credibility boost.
Okay, shifting gears a little, how can highlights position you as, like, an expert? Educational content.
Ah, yes. Providing value. This is where your tips and tricks, tutorials, or how-tos come in.
So, sharing quick advice related to your field.
Precisely. Short, actionable tips, quick tutorials, things that help your audience. This positions you as a go-to resource.
And encourages saves and shares, right? People come back to it.
Exactly. They revisit your profile specifically for that info. Think of a digital marketer with an IG tips highlight full of quick video guides,
Super useful.
or a makeup artist with quick looks or technique tips. Easy to digest, easy to refer back to.
And what about answering common questions?
A frequently asked questions, or FAQ highlight, is brilliant for that. Saves you answering the same DMs over and over. Provides instant clarity for visitors. Very efficient.
Okay, we've covered products, behind the scenes, social proof, education. What about the deeper stuff? The brand's heart.
Yeah, cultivating that deeper connection. That goes beyond just what you sell.
This is where our story or brand values or mission highlight comes in.
Tell people why you do what you do. What's the narrative? What values guide your work? This builds real emotional allegiance.
People connect with purpose.
They really do. Brands that are clear about their mission in their highlights, they often build a much more passionate community around them.
I'm thinking of sustainable brands using that space effectively, showing their eco practices, their ethical sourcing.
Exactly. It resonates with people who share those values. And you could take it further with, say, a community or get involved highlight.
How would that work?
Showcase community challenges you've run, collaborations, maybe charity work you support. Invite your audience to be part of something bigger than just buying a product.
Fosters participation. Nice.
And finally, let's not forget using highlights for more timely things. Promotions, news.
Right, the more immediate stuff, like a deals or limited offers highlight.
Creates urgency. Drives repeat visits if people know to check there for specials.
Yeah.
Also great for new arrivals, as we mentioned.
And just general updates.
A dedicated news or announcements highlight is key. Important updates, maybe changes to opening hours, upcoming events. Keeps everyone in the loop easily. It's a central spot for need-to-know info.
Okay, that's a ton of great content ideas.
Yeah.
But how it looks matters too, right? Those little cover photos.
Oh, absolutely crucial. Your
Yes.
highlight covers are like mini billboards for each section. They need to grab attention.
And look cohesive, part of the brand.
Definitely. Strategic on-brand designs are essential. They create a professional, polished look for your whole profile. Think of them as visual signposts.
So consistent colors, maybe clear icons, readable text if you use it.
Exactly. Helps people quickly understand what's in each highlight. Reinforces your brand style. Makes the whole profile feel more intentional and inviting.
You mentioned Marie Forleo. Her pastel covers are a good example.
Yeah, she nails it. Consistent palette, simple icons, instantly recognizable, very on-brand. It just pulls you in.
Okay, so people listening are probably buzzing with ideas now, but how do they actually, do it? How do you curate and optimize these things effectively?
Well, it starts with a bit of strategy.
Yep.
Don't just randomly save stories.
Right.
First, look back. Go through your stories archive. What performed well? What got engagement? What really tells a key part of your story? Identify those gems.
Okay, audit the past stuff. Then what?
Then brainstorm those main categories. We've talked about a bunch of products, BTS, tips, community. Pick maybe 4 to 7 core themes that really align with your goals and what your audience wants to see.
4 to 7 sounds manageable. Not too many, not too few.
Exactly. And this isn't a set it and forget it thing, right?
No, definitely not. You need to keep them fresh.
Treat them like dynamic content. Plan to update them regularly, maybe once a month. Just check in, add new relevant stories, remove anything outdated. Stale highlights aren't a good look.
Good point. So you've got these great updated highlights. How do you make sure people actually see them?
You got to promote them. Don't just assume people will find them.
Like, mention them in posts.
Yeah, mention them in your feed posts, in your reels, even in your current stories. Say things like, want the full tutorial, check our how-to highlight, or see customer photos in our Styled by You highlight. Actively point people towards them.
Okay, and tracking. We need to know if it's working.
Absolutely. Use your Instagram insights. See which highlights get the most taps, the most views, maybe which ones people exit from quickly.
That data tells you what's resonating.
Exactly. It helps you refine your strategy. Maybe one topic isn't landing, maybe another needs more content. It's all about learning and adjusting.
So that 5 to 7 number for highlights, it's about quality, not just filling slots.
Quality over quantity, always.
Yeah.
Focus on those key pillars. And make sure each one has a clear label and an eye-catching on-brand cover. That's non-negotiable.
And we shouldn't forget about the features within the stories themselves before they even become highlights.
Oh, definitely use them. Polls, quizzes, question stickers, links. Make your original stories interactive.
Because those features can carry over.
They often do. It makes the highlights more engaging even when people watch them later. Adds that extra bit of dynamism.
It's always good to see real examples. Who's doing this well?
Well, think about Warby Parker. Their highlights walk you through the whole buying process, frames, at-home try-on, FAQs, super smooth journey right on their profile.
Yeah, that's smart. Very practical.
Or tasty. Their recipe highlights desserts, dinner ideas, drinks. It's this amazing archive of evergreen content. People go back again and again for inspiration.
Provides lasting value.
Totally. And Glossier, they really lean into their community with real skin and reviews highlights. Showcasing actual customers built incredible trust. We heard it even boosted their story reply rate.
Wow. So that community focus pays off in engagement too.
It seems so. It fosters that sense of belonging.
This has been incredibly useful. So for someone listening right now feeling maybe a bit overwhelmed but inspired, what are the first concrete steps they should take?
Okay, let's break it down. Step 1, audit. Look at your past stories. Find the good stuff, the high engagement pieces, the core story elements.
Got it. Audit.
Step 2, define. Map out those, say, 4 to 7 pillar topics or categories that make sense for your brand and your audience.
Okay. Define the themes.
Step 3, design. Create those custom highlight covers. Keep them on brand, clear, and consistent. You can use tools like Canva. They make it pretty easy.
Design the covers. Makes sense.
Step 4,
Yeah.
curate. Now, purposefully select the best stories for each category. Remember that quality thing. Don't just dump everything in.
Quality over quantity. Check.
Step 5, promote. Actively mention and link to your highlights in your other content posts, reels, current stories. Tell people why they should look.
Promote. Right.
Step 6, review. Schedule time, maybe monthly, to update your highlights. Add new stuff, remove old stuff. Keep them fresh.
Review and refresh.
And step 7, test and analyze. Use your insights. See what's working, what's not. Adjust your categories or content based on that data. It's an ongoing process.
Audit, define, design, curate, promote, review, analyze. Okay. That's a clear roadmap.
It really helps structure the process.
This has been genuinely illuminating. So just to wrap up,
Yeah, I think the main takeaway is that Instagram highlights are way more than just saved stories. They're a really strategic visual storytelling tool.
when you curate them thoughtfully, you're creating this dynamic, easy to access window into your best content, your brand's personality.
And ultimately, you're making the experience much more engaging for anyone who visits your profile.
And focusing on those areas we covered, showing your products or services, building that social proof, educating your audience, fostering community, sharing news, all wrapped up with good visuals, that creates such a strong first impression.
Absolutely. Putting effort into your highlights, that's a direct investment in your brand's online presence. The ideas we've discussed today really give you a blueprint to transform your profile.
Okay, so here's a final thought for everyone listening to chew on. If you could pick just one highlight category to really focus on and optimize today, which one do you think would have the biggest, most immediate impact on how people see your brand?
Good question. What crucial stories are maybe sitting unseen in your archive right now, just waiting for that spotlight?